Hi, this is Connectees. Hey, clean power is really important for your electronics these days, and we make a clean power system that actually delivers pure power to all your electronics so that whatever voltage your battery's at, whether it's lead acid, AGM, or lithium, it's going to deliver that same voltage all the way up to your electronics and then keep that uh, steady according to the battery type that you're using. Lead acid will drop off for a while. After a while, AGM will do the same thing. Lithium will stay at the same voltage level until the battery gets to a certain point, and then it just shuts off because it's got a BMS in it, smart battery system. So we make the Graph Power Pro for 19 to 22 foot volts for your electronics. It'll power up to 4 of your electronics at the console, 4 in the front, so you can use any combination of forward imaging or 20, 22, 19-inch, 16-inch, 12-inch, 10-inch graphs that you're using and so on and so forth, so you can power all those components. It's an 8-gauge backbone that'll handle up to 60 amps all the way through, and that'll handle anything you're going to put into fishing boats these days. It actually comes with the console side, which is actually 16 feet long, so it'll fit any of those dual console boats, any kind of the bass boats and so on and so forth, with the exception of a couple Rangers, which have a dance floor for a front deck. But it's got 16 feet. Got integrated charging leads at the back, so you can actually hook up your charger. If you're using lithium batteries, you're using a separate charger, you can actually charge that battery separately. This is 16 feet long. It's got 4 different connections at the console. So you have 4 fusible links right here. So you can fuse them according to whatever battery spec that is, whether it's Lowrance, Humminbird, Garmin, Raymarine, whatever you're using. We got 2 connections that are actually 16 and 14 gauge, which will fit a lot of the graphs. And some of the graphs actually have 10 on there nowadays if you're using some of the bigger graphs. So I've got console or connections for those. And at the ground side, there's matching connections there. Now these are heat shrinkable butt splices. What you want to do is splice your wire in, crimp that, and heat these with a heat gun, and they'll shrink down and they'll make that connection waterproof, and they'll make it corrosion proof, so you'll never have any squiggly lines in your graphs. You won't have any interference or anything like that or anything else. And that actually really helps with the clean power and delivering that all the way to the front. This is actually taken from the console side. We fish this back to the battery side. We leave the end off of this just because it's a lot easier to fish that way, and then you can put it on after you get it fished. This is actually the bow side, and that's 13 feet long. It's got the same 4 connections that we've got put in there, same ground sides with the same heat shrinkable butt splices. You fish this part from the console, or from the bow back to the console. This will be underneath your console, and at that time you take your Anderson connection, and there's 2 little ridges on the bottom of there that you want to make sure are always down. Now the Anderson connections always have a positive and negative on them, so you know what they are. Red is positive, black is negative. And you just slide those in there and you snap that together. And once you snap that together, gotta wiggle them a little bit up in there. And then you connect that to the console like this, and you just snap those all together. So that, at the battery side, we've got a battery connection that's actually got a 30 amp fuse at the battery side, which is ABYC compliant. NEMA guys like it as well. It's got a 30 amp fuse in the kit, and we've got 3 and 5 amp fuse and a little bit of dielectric grease that you might want to put on some of the contacts here. This attaches to the battery, and then with the other connection we give you, you do the same exact thing. You snap these in, you snap those connections in, and then you connect it right to the battery like so, so on and so forth. Good fishing.